This is how to lose fat and tone up as a short girl, because you're not crazy, losing fat really is harder when you're petite, but it doesn't have to be. I'm 5'1", and while my taller friends could eat pizza, skip workouts, and somehow still look lean, I always felt stocky, soft, and like exercise never really changed my body. But what exactly makes standard fat loss advice fail short girls? And what do the lean, toned petites know that the rest of us don't? Over the last 5 years, I've tried every fat loss method in the book. But it wasn't until I stumbled upon 3 key shifts that I really saw the results that I was looking for. Because here's the truth, fat loss isn't the full picture. And done wrong, it actually strips you of the one thing that you even need to look toned in the first place. And until you fix that, you'll keep getting smaller without ever looking lean or toned. But before we can change our bodies, we need to break down 2 simple terms that explain exactly why fat loss feels harder when you're short. BMR and TDEE. Your BMR is basically the calories your body burns just to keep you alive. Like if you laid in bed all day and did absolutely nothing, that's your BMR. Your TDEE is your total burn for the day once you add in movement, walking, workouts, basically living life. Now here's the problem. Taller people burn more at rest because their bodies require more energy to run. So if my taller friend laid in bed all day sick, and I laid in bed all day sick, my taller friend would still need more calories just to survive than I would. And when they move, bigger body equals more fuel burned. I remember back in high school, my friend and I would eat the exact same Pop-Tarts at lunch. Same brand, same label, even same flavor, and of course on the back it said based on a 2,000 calorie diet. So we just assumed that that number applied to both of us. But the truth is that 2,000 calorie number was invented just to simplify nutrition labels. And it's definitely not how much a 5'1" girl burns in a day. So while my friend stayed on track, this same snack tipped me over my maintenance without me even realizing. But don't freak out, this definitely doesn't mean that you can never eat another Pop-Tart. Being short actually comes with some hidden advantages when it comes to toning up, which I will show you in a minute. So yes, short girls burn fewer calories, plain and simple. That's why generic advice like just eat less and move more doesn't work for us. It just tanks your metabolism, burns muscle, and leaves you looking skinny fat. I'll never forget the first time I logged into MyFitnessPal and set my goal as weight loss, and it spat out 1,200 calories a day. I just stared at it like, this can't be right, can it? And honestly, for weight loss alone, maybe it was. But here's what clicked for me. If all you do is chase fat loss, you'll just get smaller and softer. The way out isn't restriction, it's body recomposition. So what is body recomposition? Put simply, it's losing fat and building muscle at the same time. Until recently, people thought that you had to do bulks and cuts, which is where you gain a lot of weight and then you diet it off to reveal the muscle that you've built underneath. But recent studies showed that recomp is actually possible for more people than previously thought, with the exception being very advanced lifters who have nearly maxed out their genetic potential. Basically, body recomp is how you get that tone-defined look that you're after. And the best part is that as you reverse diet up, your metabolism actually increases, which means that horrible 1,200 calorie number will never apply to you again. And here's a secret no one really tells short girls. We actually have a muscle building advantage. Even a little muscle gain makes a huge visual impact. That's why lifting transforms a petite frame so fast. So where do we actually begin to accomplish body recomposition? Well, the first step is to get our nutrition in check. And to do this, we need to find out what our maintenance calories are. You can do this on a website like tdeecalculator.com. You'll input your weight, your height, and your daily activity, and it will spit out an estimate for what your daily maintenance calories are. From there, we'll decide on a primary goal. If you're leaner, you'll want to prioritize gaining muscle. So we'll add a slight surplus, 5 to 15% above maintenance. The higher end of this is going to be for newer lifters, those with better genetics for muscle gain, or those who are incredibly lean. If you've got more fat to lose, we'll start with a deficit around 10 to 20% below maintenance. Either way, the constant is protein. Protein is literally the magic recomposition ingredient. It keeps you full, raises your calorie burn just by ingesting it, and protects your lean muscle. For example, if you eat 100 calories of grilled chicken, 20 to 30 are burned just by ingesting it. On the other hand, if you eat 100 calories of butter, only 2 to 3 are burned. The leaner you are, the more protein you'll need, up to 1.6 grams per pound of lean body mass. If you're less lean, your needs will be closer to 1.2 grams per pound of lean body mass. Hi guys, me editing here. I just want to clarify that if you're not a bodybuilder or cutting really lean, you will be fine with around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Don't stress about hitting 1.5 grams, etc. Just stick with 1 gram and you will be great. So for me at 5'1", I aim for around 1.5 grams per pound of lean body mass. So I multiply my weight by 1.5 and I get around 165 grams of protein per day. I used to think that this number was insane and so high and that I had to consume so much processed protein to reach that number, but it really just comes down to having foods that you like that are also very high protein. So nutrition is the foundation. It sets the stage for body recomposition. But here's the truth. Food alone won't give you the look that you're after. Because what actually makes the biggest visual difference on a small frame isn't losing fat. It's gaining muscle in the right places. And that's where training comes in. Here's where most of us go wrong. Endless cardio, ab circuits, light weights. But if you really want your body to change, you'll need to resistance train, and I promise it will not make you bulky. Progressive overload, or increasing the training stimulus over time, will be the main driver of lean muscle gain. You can progressively overload by increasing weight, increasing reps, or increasing time under tension. You'll also want to make sure that you're doing your exercises with proper form, like seriously, form is so important, and hitting the sweet spot for training volume, which is generally between 10 and 20 sets per body part per week. And if you want a sample workout split, make sure to check out my video here that shows you my entire week of workouts. But what if your nutrition's on track, you're hitting the gym, and you're still just not seeing those physical changes? Well, here's the thing. The lean toned petites are adding in 3 extra factors to their routines that most of us completely overlook. First up is recovery. If you're not sleeping enough, you're basically putting the brakes on your results. Sleep is when muscle repairs, hormones balance, and fat loss actually happens. Like, studies literally show that you will preserve more muscle mass and lose more fat if you get some high quality beauty rest. It's not called beauty sleep for no reason. The second factor is stress. High stress increases cortisol, which makes it harder to lose fat and makes you more likely to retain water. That's why you can look puffier even when your meals and workouts are all on track. And third, lifestyle. Simple things like daily steps, taking your rest days seriously, and movement outside the gym make such a big impact. Think of it as everything that fills in the gaps between your workouts. So if you've been nailing your nutrition and training but still feel stuck, these are probably the missing links. And once you start layering them in, that's when you'll finally see the payoff. And here's the bigger picture. Losing fat when you're short is harder, but that's exactly why body recomp is the answer. Instead of fighting your body with extreme diets, you're working with it, eating to fuel, lifting to build curves, and letting your petite frame actually shine. And the best part, once you unlock recomp, you're not just lean for a season. This is a long-term investment. You've built the kind of muscle that keeps your metabolism higher, your shape tighter, and actually gives you long-term results. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, make sure to like and subscribe. I share realistic fitness strategies every week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.